Hello, Baird families. My name is Doug Wilkins. I'm the 8th grade team lead here at Baird Middle School. I just want to thank you for tuning into this video. And we want to begin by apologizing that we had to cancel our in-person back to school night for 8th grade due to facility issues. We are disappointed that we couldn't gather together on campus, but we're glad to share this video with you. Our 8th grade team is excited to welcome you and your students into this really important year as we head into high school next year. We hope this presentation will give you a chance to get to know our teachers, to learn about our classes, and to understand a little bit more about the 8th grade expectations here at Baird. Miss Martin, our principal, will give you a quick welcome, and then I will return to share some things about 8th grade, and then each of our teachers will be chiming in to introduce themselves and their classes. Thank you so much for joining us, and we look forward to a great year.
Good evening, Baird families. I'm Mrs. Martin, the proud principal of Baird Middle School, and I'm truly honored to serve this incredible community. Thank you for your constant support and for partnering with us in your child's success. Tonight is about connection, so please take time to meet teachers, ask questions, and learn how we can work together to make this year a great one. We're excited for all that lies ahead, and we're so glad you're here. Have a wonderful evening.
Okay, I am back to first begin our 8th grade section by talking about communication. As you're probably aware, Fresno Unified uses an application called Parent Square. It's a fabulous communication tool between parent and teachers. So if you have not done so, please go ahead and download that application onto your phone and use that as the primary source of communication. Of course, you can always use our email. Those are all the at fresnounified.org email addresses. So you can find those at our website or online. I do want to say one thing. If you are sending emails through Atlas, through the parent portal, or through your student's account, sometimes those are a little difficult for teachers to respond to, and we don't notice that they're coming through. So I suggest that you use Parent Square or email directly from your email. If you go through Atlas by clicking on our names, sometimes those get lost in translation. So I would try Parent Square or a direct email first. As a Fresno Unified parent myself, I use the Parent Portal app, Parent Portal. But to be honest, sometimes it's easier for me just to ask my child, hey, can you log into your Atlas? And I can pull up their Atlas and look at their account and see what's going on in class. So I suggest that also as a Fresno Unified parent. Okay, a quick plug for our 8th grade, for our yearbook. 8th grade's an important year as they're transitioning off into high school. So definitely think about buying a yearbook. They're always fabulous. If you have any questions, you can reach out to Mrs. Pettis Chica, the 7th grade math teacher. I'm not sure that QR code is working quite yet, but you can always go on to jostens.com and look us up by Baird. Also, regarding the yearbook, this is an important year for your 8th grader, so you might consider putting in a yearbook recognition ad just to send your child a special message, as they're moving off into high school. Again, Mrs. Pettis Chica, 7th grade math. If you have any questions, she's our yearbook staffer. All right, let's talk 8th grade supplies. Our list for this year is pretty basic. Of course, every student needs an agenda, a lanyard, and an ID holder. Those can all be purchased here at Baird. The other items are fairly basic, and the focus here is that we want your student to be prepared and organized this year as 8th graders. Now, this list was sent home through Parent Square. You should have picked one up when you came to register your child, but if not, take a look at this list. Everything was due on August 25th. Students should be prepared the second week, but as we understand that back to school night was canceled, we'll give your child a little bit of grace if you still need to collect some of these items. Now, if you're watching this video on the 25th, we did go over this in our Block 1 class with your students, so they should know exactly what they still need to collect. All right, regarding 8th grade expectations and behavior and classroom rules, you can see our simplified list of classroom rules here. Most of us are using the same list with a few exceptions in electives and PE because there are obviously some different situations there. So I won't take time to go over this. It's pretty basic. However, regarding the rules and citizenship, We are offering something as eighth graders to help incentivize your students to working hard in their academics and good citizenship. We call it the Baird Way Incentive Field Trips. We will have one field trip at the end of each quarter to help encourage students with their academics and their citizenship. You can see the details here on the screen, but to qualify, students should have no D's or F's, satisfactory or better citizenship, and no suspensions. Just so you can plan, those field trips are usually about $25. All right, regarding citizenship, most of us as eighth grade teachers track citizenship in Atlas. You're going to see a column or a grade in Atlas called citizenship. Your child will have 5 points in that category. Those are not tied to academic grades. Please understand that. If for some reason your child's struggling with any rules or citizenship issues, the teacher may choose to take one of those points away. As long as they keep 1 point by the end of the quarter, they'll be receiving satisfactory or better citizenship in their report card. But please keep an eye on that. That is a marker so that students know if maybe they're not going to qualify for the field trip. I certainly encourage you to communicate, or to encourage your student rather, to communicate with their teachers to keep track of that. Okay? Please feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions about that. All right, I'm going to pass it off now to Mr. Castaneda, our math teacher, and to the other teachers to introduce their content and their classes. Thank you so much.
Welcome, Baird families. My name is Mr. Castaneda. I'm the 8th grade math teacher here at Baird. Some expectations for my students is to make sure that they're here on time, make sure that they bring all necessary materials for that class period. And one thing that's very important is to make sure that they are polite and respectful to one another. We are going to have lots of communication, lots of dialogue in this class in regards to what we're learning. And so it's very important that we give each and every student an opportunity to have their voices heard. But we're also going to be polite and respectful as we're having these conversations with one another. This is an example of something that we did earlier in this week. And this is just giving them an opportunity to discuss this problem, work out the problem, and come up with some different strategies as to how to approach this problem. Now, most students went ahead and just added the first 50 numbers together. And at the end of the duration of the problem, I had spoken to the class and we just talked about how do we start this problem and if anybody would care to share any strategies. So we had that discussion. But the most important thing that we ended up discussing was that we need to break the habit of picking up our pencil and working on a problem immediately. And what we need to do is rather leave our pencils on our table, but talk about the problem with our peers, have conversations as to how should we start the problem, are there different ways that we can begin the problem, etc. So we're really going to be pushing students this year to have discussions as to how to begin problems and how to start them and how to finish them and have those conversations prior to them even picking up their pencil and working. So something I'm very excited about for this year. Classwork is going to be given daily. They should typically have anywhere between 5 and 20 minutes to work on their classwork. And it might be anywhere between 5 and 12 problems, depending on what it is that we're learning that day. Majority of students should be able to finish each and every day. Whatever doesn't get finished needs to be taken home and completed before the next class period. These assignments are going to help them prepare for our quizzes that we're going to have maybe once or twice a week. And the quizzes are more so just for me to kind of check their understanding, where they're all at. Are there parts of the instruction that they didn't understand? And then they are also going to have the opportunity to retake quizzes. So as I'm grading their quizzes, as I'm kind of evaluating them in class, I'll be able to kind of dissect, what issues they're having, and then I'll be able to work with them and help them understand, where they went wrong, and hopefully be able to make those corrections so that they can then be able to retake the quiz. They should be able to retake the quiz the following class session, anytime during AST if they'd like, or possibly even on a Monday as well. Their only homework is that they need to complete one iReady lesson by Sunday at 8:59. So if they're extremely busy during the week, they can take a Saturday or Sunday and sit down for half an hour or so and get their lesson done. Um, our notes and our homework and our classwork is all going to be posted on Teams, which I'll talk about here in just a moment. So if your child opens up Teams, what you're going to see is right under post, there's going to be the agenda posted for that particular day. And so if you ask your child, hey, what's for homework? What do you need to work on today? You should see exactly what was assigned to them that day. So on the 20th, for this particular class, they needed to get a signature on their syllabus. They need to go buy a composition book for next week, and they need to bring their computer and their charger for next class session, which is this Friday. So this is something that you can use to just check to see if there's quizzes coming up, if they should be studying for a test, the day of a test, etc. Also, within Teams, within the Files tab here at the top, there's going to be a class materials folder. So if they click on that or you click on that, that will take you to all the unit folders throughout the semester or throughout the quarter. And if you click on the unit that we're currently working on, you're also going to see a notes folder along with the classwork um, week by week. The notes that we take in class, I'm going to be posting on here so you can kind of get an idea of what we're doing and what we're learning. If you're trying to work with your child at home and you can't really read their notes, you can always go here and get the class notes for yourself. As far as student transfers goes, if you'd like to send your child to a school that's not their home school, you're going to have to go through the same process that you did um, as you did to getting them here into Baird. And the timeline for that is December 1st, and the window usually opens up about the first day of September. So if your homeschool is Bullard, but you are really interested in possibly getting your son or daughter to Duncan High School, this is something that you're going to have to fill out. So please make sure you have these discussions with your children and ask them where they would like to go.
All right, it is time for science. So my name is Josh Clark. I am the 8th grade science teacher. This is my 3rd year at Baird. My first 10 years I spent over in Golden Valley at Rancho's Middle School. So my first 7 years were at Rancho's Middle School. Then I moved to the high school for 3 years. And then once this opening at Baird opened up, I jumped at the chance to be here, and I am not regretting my decision. It's been great here, great team that I'm on. Just a little bit about me. This is my family. Picture here of my family: wife Dana, my sons Wyatt and Preston. Preston was a Baird student as well. They are both off to college now. Wyatt goes to the University of Washington, and then we just moved Preston into the dorms at Fresno Pacific last week. He's playing soccer there. So we are now empty nesters. It's kind of a weird feeling. A little lonely at home now, pretty quiet. So I know you guys have middle schoolers, probably some other kids at home. It's a little, you guys are in the thick of it. Just try and enjoy it as long as you can, because when they're gone, it's kind of weird. So here's what we'll be learning this year in 8th grade. We have 4 units, and they are broken down into change over time, looking at changes in the fossil record, rocks in the rock cycle, DNA, how we get our traits, and then we move on to forces and energy. This is one of the fun ones, talking about gravity, Newton's laws. We build water bottle rockets, launch those off. Then we go to Unit 3, where we study waves, sound waves, light waves. Last year I brought back cow eye dissection I did in 7th grade. We brought that back last year. The kids enjoyed it. No one got sick, no injuries, so it was a success. And then we end the year with humans and the universe. A few things they need to bring. Everything's pretty much the same as the rest of the 8th grade team. with the exception of the science notebook. They should bring a spiral notebook. I talked to the kids already about that. If they can't get one by next week, I also have a few extras here that I can give away. To be successful in science, biggest things is being organized, taking good notes. I allow the notes to be used on the test. That's what that notebook is for. And then the tests were 60% of their grade, so it's a big portion of the grade, the tests and quizzes. They can redo that, but I do require them to review with me, so that AST time is really important if they don't score very well on those tests and quizzes, to come in and AST and review with me before they do the retake. Like I said, here's how it breaks down: 20% classwork and lab, 20% projects, and then our tests and quizzes are 60%. The reason for this is the classwork and labs and projects. We do a lot of group work, a lot of collaboration with that. So the majority, we have to see what they know individually. That's going to be used for the tests and quizzes are used for that. Absence and late work. So all of the assignments are going to be posted on our daily agenda, which will be located in Teams. They'll have its own link there. So if kids are ever absent, they can just click on that link and see what they missed for the day. The assignments will also be posted in Teams for that day. Any late work, they can still work on that late work. They can still turn it in, but the best they can do is a B, and they can turn that in up to the end of the unit or the end of the quarter, whichever occurs first. Man, I'm getting some serious flashbacks to online COVID school here, but I think we can make it through. All right, that looks like it's it. I hope everyone enjoyed our little video here, and hopefully we get to meet you guys later in the year.
Hey guys, I'm back. Thank you for staying tuned in. I just want to take a few minutes to properly introduce my course, United States History and Geography, tell you a little bit about myself and how the course works. So in January, I will be celebrating my 20th year as an educator. Still loving it. It is my dream job, especially here at Baird. I am a middle school dad. I have two sons that are here at Baird. I'm a high school dad. My daughter goes to University High School, and I'm a college dad. My oldest is attending at Clovis Community College, and I've been married for 24 years to the glue that holds us all together, my amazing wife. And so that's just a little bit about me. I love what I do and being husband and dad. So not too much there. Let's keep moving. All right, the course. The course is U.S. history, and so, of course, we will be studying the major documents, the foundations of our country, how we began. But I do want to let you know that a large focus is on the U.S. Constitution. Your child will be getting their very own. More on that in just a minute. So by the end of this class, your child should know how our country is designed and how our country operates, and they should be applying that to everything we study here in our course, Growth and Conflict. All right. Having said that, your child will be using a textbook. That textbook will be a critical part, but it's not everything. We don't do everything in the textbook. It kind of helps us to understand the background for the things that we'll be doing here in the classroom, with a big focus on primary sources, looking at the documents. As they go through that textbook, they will be using a workbook. That workbook is for them to keep in their backpack. They will need to bring it to class. And some important news about that: they do get to use their workbook on quizzes. If they don't do well on the quiz, they may reassess that quiz. Again, not a retake, but a reassessment. Your child knows all about that. So if they're not doing well on the quizzes, please remind them that they need to go to AST to see me and do a reassessment. I won't go into the details now, but just let them know and remind them that they can do a reassessment if their scores are low. Also, on Constitution Day, September 17th, and the day before for my A-Day kids, they will be receiving their own pocket Constitution. This is a supplemental textbook. We will be annotating, taking notes, and using it as a text for our class. All right, a couple other quick things, and that is that the class PowerPoint, everything I show on my screen here in the classroom, is available in Teams. If your child goes to their history class in Teams and they click up at the top at class PowerPoint, the daily agenda, all of the notes, the videos we show in class, it's all right there so they can keep up. If they get home and they forgot what was due, they can find it right there. Also, for the very important lessons, not all of them, I will be making a short recap video. That way, if your child misses class, they won't see the whole class session, but they will get a 10-minute recap of what they need to do if they missed class. If they were in class and they just need a little extra help, they may go back to that video and get the basics of what we did in that class session. All right, moving right along, it is now Mr. Walsh with PE, so I'm turning it over to Mr. Walsh.
Hello, 8th grade families. My name is Tim Walsh. I teach 8th grade physical education. I am also Baird's athletic director. If you should have any questions about PE or sports, please feel free to reach out to me and I'd be glad to help. This is year number 18 for me as a teacher. All 18 years have been spent at Baird. I think Baird is an awesome place, and I'm really looking forward to working with your student this school year. We had a great first week in 8th grade PE. In addition to our activities and fun, we did go over some of our basic expectations and requirements. Monday, August 25th, that will be our first day using the locker room and dressing out for class. We did go over some of our PE clothes requirements. Students are also aware that they should have their locks ready to go on Monday, August 25th. I also sent home our Baird PE handbook. Students should have given that to you for a signature. Students and parents will both be expected to sign our handbook, and that will be returned also on Monday, August 25th. Class expectations for PE, very simple. Number 1, be dressed every day. Number 2, be prepared to move. Number 3, bring your Baird binder every day. And last but not least, students are expected to do their best. A look at our daily routine, especially on our A or B days on our longer block schedules. We may start off the day with what I call a daily journal, which is a quick write. On our block schedules, we have enough time to do 2 things. We'll usually start with fitness and we'll move into our activities. In 8th grade PE, we focus on team. Team is one of our big themes for the year, team sports and activities. We also focus on non-traditional games, although I love coaching sports like basketball or softball. We don't do those things in 8th grade PE. We focus on more non-traditional sports so that students are learning the activity together. Once again, if you have any questions regarding athletics or PE, feel free to reach out to me at timothy.walsh@fresnounified.org. Looking forward to a great school year. Hope to see you soon. Thank you.
Hello, this is Mrs. Her. I'm the ag teacher here at Baird Middle School. I'm happy that you're able to join us and watch this quick video of expectations in our classrooms. We will be working on quite a few things this year in my ag class. I have planned for lots of work-based learning for our kids, starting with the Fresno Fair, the Tulare Ag Expo, visiting the Hearst Family Farm, and also running our Baird's Farmers Market now that the construction on our campus is a little bit under control. I have lots of projects planned for the kids with indoor and outdoor hydroponics, propagation, and vertical farming. I'm excited to have the kids work on lots of certifications through our CTE department, such as Stop the Bleed, First Aid, working with Imago and EverFi, and really to teach the kids job readiness skills. It is so important to me that the kids learn lifelong skills, and this year we are focusing on food safety, culinary, gardening, and we will be partnering with Mr. Rocha and his technology kids to bring in the technology that goes into agriculture. So I'm excited to have your kiddo this year. If you have any questions, please reach out to me via email, Atlas, or Parent Square. The syllabus will be going home next week, so please make sure that you look it over, sign it, and send it back. Thank you so much. I look forward to working with your kiddos this year.
Hello and welcome to Mr. Rocha's classroom. Actually, I'm in Mrs. Hurst's classroom recording this, but you get them. My name is Mr. Rocha. I'm excited to work with your students again this year. We're going to do lots and lots of amazing things. We're going to have a tournament of technology. We'll be working hard towards that goal. That will be in either April or March of next year. So put that on your calendar once your students come home and tell you the date. I will be sending home a syllabus with them this week for you to have a copy of, and they'll have a copy of it as well. We will be working on all of those projects: 3D designing, robotics, drones, coding, Minecraft. So we'll be doing a lot of different things. We will be working with Mrs. First Class as well. We'll be partnering with her to bring in the technology component that people see in the ag side or in the ag business. There are some field trips that I have planned, but I'm not going to say what they are because I don't want to jinx them, because that's just how my luck is. So if you ever need to get a hold of me, you can email me, send me a message on Parent Square. Students will have my phone number. It'll be on the syllabus. So I'm always available, and if you have any concerns, if you need me to help you with anything, don't hesitate to reach out. All right? And thank you again. And just for the record, I know they say that the camera puts on 10 pounds, and I'm looking at myself, and it looks like there's 100 cameras pointing at me right now. So there's only one. So, okay, go. Press stop.
Hello, my name is Mr. Magana, and I am the Alliance teacher here at Baird. We have a combined class with both the girls and the boys, and the mission of the Alliance elective is to help students develop personal, behavioral, and academic skills that will lead to success in the classroom and prepare career-ready graduates. In the following slide, I will explain a little bit more. Here we have an outline of the structure for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. On Mondays, we have organization, the agenda, grade trackers. We also do SMART goals. And a lot of the time, students also get independent work opportunities. On Wednesdays, we work in small groups. So we will be having tutorials. There will be also an independent workstation and a teacher station where we will be using our curriculum during this time. On Fridays, we have team building, and if needed, we will also have independent work. We also get visitors, such as the Edison High School mentors. We also have our field trips planned for Fridays. Class speakers is a big thing that we do here for Baird to make sure that our students stay motivated. And we will also be taking trips to Fresno State and perhaps other colleges and visiting our one of our companies that we have a partnership with is V&G Construction. So these are just some of the ideas, some of the activities that we do here with the Alliance. So I'm really looking forward to working and exploring new ideas on how to make this program even more exciting for the kids. It's going to be a great year.
All right, thank you, Mrs. Herr, Mr. Rocha, and Mr. Magana. We're going to move on with our other elective teachers. I'll be filling in for them, starting with our music teachers. This is Miss Jennifer Ostwald, our band director. She teaches beginning band during block 0 and advanced band during block 5. If your child has not signed up and is interested, you may email her at jennifer.ostwald@fresnounified.org. Moving on, we have Miss Harrison. She teaches beginning strings, intermediate, and advanced strings. You can see there are 3 classes. Again, if your child is interested and has not signed up, holly.harrison@fresnounified.org. We also have Mr. Inahosa, and he is our choir director. His class is Block 0, and I should have mentioned this with the other music teachers. Block 0 begins at 7:50 in the morning. So if you are interested in those, please reach out, and that is Mr. Inahosa. His email's not up there, but that's edward.inahosa@fresnounified.org. If you don't find his email, you can certainly reach out to me, and I'll forward that along. All right, so those are our three music teachers. And again, I just want to make a plug for music. If your child has not been involved in instrumental music or vocal music, please consider and encourage them to consider doing that. It is a great way to be involved and actually help your brain in all forms of learning. So please encourage that. Our ALPS team, the amazing ALPS team, which is the teachers in room S3. We have Miss Padilla, Miss Vang, and Miss Rosalind, and you'll probably see them on campus. If you have any questions about our ALPS program, you can reach out to Miss Padilla, brittany.padilla@fresnounified.org. And then continuing on with some additional electives, we have Senorita Valdez, who is our Spanish 2 teacher. So your child might be in Miss Valdez's class. You can see there her goals and objectives. One of the things I do want to mention is that this course for non-native Spanish speakers is a high school credit course. So it is really important. If you see here, this is an A through G requirement class. You will earn high school credit. Any student with a D or second semester will not be able to take their Spanish in the next school year. So if you have questions about that, please reach out to carla.valdez@fresnounified.org. We also have Spanish for native speakers, and that is with Senora Limon. Okay, now I'm a student of Spanish, so I'm not going to attempt to read this to you, but there it is in Spanish for our native speakers. Again, this is maricela.lemon@fresnounified.org if you have questions. Well, if you are still here, I just want to say thank you for hanging in to this Back to School Night online version. A few people I do want to mention are Vice Principal Janet Poindexter and our other administrator, Miss Tamara Yapel, is out for the beginning of the year for maternity. And so she will be back. That's Miss Tamara Yapel. And we have an amazing resource specialist teacher. That's Miss Alice Griffith. She's in our classrooms as our resource teacher. Our teacher librarian, Miss Janelle Grunberg. And I also wanted to mention that we have an amazing substitute teacher filling in for our English class. That's Mr. Eigel Francis, who comes in with many years of teaching experience. So he's holding down the English language arts class for us here at the beginning of the year. Again, it's going to be a great year as we get these kids ready for high school. So it's going to be a fun ride. 2025, 2026, here we go.